Good morning, Flosstube. Today is Saturday, May 25th. Uh, and this is, my name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches. And this is my Flosstube update number 65. Excuse me. I'm here to talk about cross stitch. Hope you haven't wandered into the wrong area, but if you have, welcome. Anyway, welcome back to my subscribers, and welcome to anybody who has stumbled across my video accidentally or on purpose or whatever. Um, anyway, welcome. I'm going to talk about it's almost the end of Stitch Mania. And the month in which people do various things to celebrate stitching or whatever. Last year I did a whip mania, and I only did 18 days. I did nine whips, 2 days each. I did 1 through 9, and then 9 through 1. I found out what many people find out. Excuse me, there's a cat hair right there. I worked on these whips, and I sort of thought about, gosh, that's why I liked it in the first place. And other whips, I found myself going, well, I'm not that thrilled about working on it, whatever. And I actually have two in mind. One specifically that I'm thinking about maybe gifting to whoever wants it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But anyway, this year I decided to do my 4 ship projects that I have mentioned. And last Saturday, I think I went over the 4 of those. I'm not going to do that again, so each Wednesday, since May started, May 1st was a Wednesday. I've been switching projects on Wednesday. So last week, and I did a quick update on Wednesday when I switched to my 4th project. But I wanted to mention that again. So last week I did Voyage of Discovery, Christopher Columbus's ships, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. I don't know which is which. I guess maybe this one over here is a Nina, and this is the Pinta, and this is the Santa Maria. I don't know. But anyway, I worked on this pattern, and I started with the middle. I started with this ship in the middle, and I talked about how I among other issues that this pattern had, I mixed up 2 of the gray colors. The darkest gray and the medium gray should be reversed. This darkest one should be in the middle, and the lighter one on the edges. So it goes from darkest to lighter to lightest. And I didn't discover that I had mixed up these 2 grays, the dark one and the middle medium one, until I had already put in all the darkest gray. And so I just left it, rather than plucking it all out and redoing it, which I did once upon a time. When I very first started stitching, I did this large, I was doing a larger project it was a mother swan and baby swans and some willow fronds hanging down, and I did I started on one of the colors. I did a lot of it on one of these willow frond things, these weeping willows hanging down, and it was the wrong color, and I plucked it all out. And it was a lot of stitching I had done, And I had that prospect of taking it all out and redoing it, and I didn't want to do it. So it looks a little funky. It's hard to tell from this, but I think once I do it all, and it kind of bothers me that this is like the middle of the project, and it's the main sail on the main ship, and it's wrong. But I just, at this point, really, I would be redoing two colors, because I went ahead and just did the medium color here where the darkest color goes. So if I were to redo it, I would have to redo all of it, and so I just decided to fudge it and just leave it as is. And of course, this is the cross on the sail of the main ship, the middle ship. But anyway, that's as far as I got last week. And if going forward, I'll do it, the correct way. So anyway, so last Wednesday I switched to my Ronnie Rowe Serenity design. Excuse me, this is stuck together here. Sorry about that. I'm going to crinkle the plastic for a minute, because I'm going to take this out. I don't know why. I haven't taken it out before. This is the Ronnie Rowe Serenity, ship's Serenity pattern. And it's part of his pen and ink series, so it's black on white, basically. And although you can use any color, I kind of wish I had gone with a darker color. My fabric is the same blue that I'm using on all of them. This that I dyed myself, and I kind of wish I had gone with like a darker blue on this lighter blue, and I had thought about that at first, and then I decided to go with a lighter blue, and actually it's such a light blue that that it looks white. Let me see if I got this upside down. It's hard. Excuse me, there's a cat about to knock everything down. Puck, Snug, stop. Anyway, so but I started in the middle of that design, so it doesn't look like anything, yet. I'm working on this one. As I said last week, I'm a little out of my comfort zone, because part of it is it's monochromatic, and part of the problem is that I'm having to, because it's not like this symbol and this symbol, it's all the same symbol. You just do it all in one color. And so I kind of wish I had gone like with a darker color, maybe darker than, it would have to been darker than this. It would have to been almost black. A very dark blue was what I had thought about at first, and then I decided to go with a lighter color. But it doesn't have enough color to it. It doesn't look blue. It looks like white. It's actually a very, very light blue. Excuse me. Get off, Snug. Excuse me. Sorry. But so anyway, it looks white. And I'm kind of a little bit disappointed. But it is what it is. So anyway, since I again started in the middle, because I really couldn't start on the on the corner anywhere. It's because of the way it is. So I'm somewhere right around here on this sail here, because you can tell from the design that this sail is there beside it, but I'm kind of right, I think, at the bottom of this sail right here, somewhere right in here, at the center of this design. But so I'm having to just do. This is like 7, not 8 squares basically of 10 by 10 squares the first 8. This is the middle of the design over there. So I've done this, and there's kind of a big gap between here and, like, the next part of the design. So I'm gonna have to go either above or below to do the next stitches, that to be close enough to be able to count it, not have to count a big gap. So I don't know which one I'm going to go to next, above or below. Below, I'm working. This is the corner of one of the pages, so so to stay on the same page, I would have to go below it here. But it's kind of the design is kind of pixelated because it's kind of sparse in the area where I'm going to be going. And I don't know I don't know where I am exactly, but it's on this sail right here. But so the part below it is kind of like this, kind of spread out. And because I'm used to doing, there's either the English method or the Danish method, I guess. One is 1x at a time, and the other is, half an x out, what I call out and back. Half an x for a certain length of time, and then come back and do the rest of the x. So I do that out and back. And with this design, you can't really do that as much. I did that in certain areas, like in here where I had big blocks of stitching, but these that are sparser, further apart, I did basically 1x at a time. And you can kind of tell on the back. Let me show you my backside. There's a couple places where I carried just a little bit, but not much. So most of it is this is the out and back sections, that I did. You can kind of see. And out here is where, I was doing 1x at a time. And it just depends on how close together the squares are, and all of that. So, but anyway, so snug. Please don't do that now. So anyway, there's my progress since Wednesday on this ship Serenity. So I hope to get more done in the next few days. And that's really all the stitching I've done this week, because I've been doing just concentrating on one project at a time for Maynia. But I did buy a couple of things. I had mentioned last week, I think I mentioned, last Saturday, that I bought the Hello Pumpkin Sal from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, their fall stitch along. I don't have the. Pardon, my phone is beeping. I don't have the overall design. It's basically the base of a tree, and then the rest of the sal is the top of the tree. So the first part has already been released. It came out on the 16th. But it's the tree trunk and some of the leaves and some pumpkins at the base of the tree, and then the rest of the remaining leaves will be I think the rest of the tree. But I also then bought a few days ago, Tiny Modernist's Halloween Sal, and this will start to release in July, I think, beginning of the first of the month. July, August, September, and October. And, sorry, I'm looking at one of my cats. Puck is up there doing something. I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, I bought this Sleepy Hollow Sal, the pre-order, and the pre-order has has the pattern for this border here, so you can do it as a sampler, or as it says down here, you can make a stackable drum. So each release will have a round design that would be the top of the drum. That'll be released along with this, each band that would form these, striped things, I guess. So you can make a drum out of it, which is kind of what I'm thinking about. So I went ahead and downloaded this design anyway, in case I, decide to do it this way. But I am thinking that I'll do that. That I want to do the drum thing. Um, I've been kind of lax about FFOing things. I have a stack of them. Excuse me, my tag is tickling me. I still have a stack of unfinished, un-FFO'd, I should say, finishes. Things that I finished the stitching on, but I never FFO'd them. And my stack is growing. And I want to have a finishing palooza. I really do. I'm just kind of lazy about it. I always find something to stitch instead. And so I haven't FFO'd these things. So, but I want to do, so I want to do these little drums as the stitch along as drums. But we'll see how that goes. So anyway, so this is my my haul that I can't really get started on. I think there's the DMC or I think you can do DMC or GAST to General Arts, excuse me, to for the colors on this. And I'm trying to see if, sorry. So if you do it as a sampler, it's like 219 by 223. So it's kind of large. But you can do the drum models instead. But it uses like 9 DMC colors, so it's not a whole lot. And I probably have all of them or most of them. And there's some General Arts colors listed for some of them. There's like 3 of them, I guess. 3 alternatives listed instead of the DMC colors. And there's also a Krynic color added to, that you can add to one of the colors, that's used in some stars, I guess, that are in the design. So anyway, so I really don't have a whole lot of any really Halloween designs. I have one that one of my viewers, Gloria, hello Gloria, sent me. And then this would be only my second Halloween thing at all. So so I think maybe this year I'll try to do both the chart that that Gloria sent me, which it's kind of small. It's a small thing, but it has a couple of witches and things like that, Halloween things, and then this Sal. So I kind of have a lot to work on. I still have my Stitch 9 projects. I still have 5 projects in the Stitch 9 group that I set aside as part of the Stitch 9 challenge, and then the 4 ships that I'm working on for Stitch Maynia that I want to keep working on them. And then I have this Hello Pumpkin Sal and the and and among my Stitch 9 projects, I have Tiny Modernist thing from last year, the Santa's house, that is still in my Stitch 9 bag. And among my Stitch 9 projects, um, I have Daily Walk in the Woods, still in there. So I'm starting to I'm Flosstube has been very bad for me as far as like, like having I have been mostly a monogamous stitcher uh, over the years, and now I have all of a sudden I have like 9, 10, 11 things started or whatever, and a whole bunch of projects, that I've purchased, as many of us have, that I think, oh yeah, I want to do that, I want to do that, I want to do that. And so my little stack of charts is of new charts is growing. Puck, excuse me, just 1 second. Puck it. Um, Come here. You want to say hi? Come on. Come here. Hi, baby. Let me stretch your bones to the sky. And Mama kiss your belly button. And this armpit. And this armpit. Because kitty cat armpits are not stinky. No, they're not, he says. He's going to make me do a dance. I'm not wearing any pants. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's purring like crazy. I don't know what is on his nose. His dirty face. Okay, so anyway, so I think that's about all I wanted to have to talk about this week. There's a cat in my face. There he goes. But so yeah, I have a lot of projects now that I hadn't. I'm kind of resistant to the whole, every bandwagon that everybody jumps on about all the different projects that have come up that people share. But I have bought a few of them, I guess, a couple of them, that I've seen online, and then things that, when I went to the attic during the Stitch Shenanigans retreat. Oh, I'm wearing my Stitch Shenanigans shirt. But so I bought a few things when I went to the attic, a couple of patterns, and it seems like I have some like la-di-da designs that I really kind of want to do, but I resisted the urge to sort of start a lot of things, um, but it seems like I have a lot of things going on, and some of them I do have a couple of decision roulette wheels, and and uh, I've used them somewhat in the past, but I haven't used them a lot. The four ships, I put, stop please. I created, this cat is about to cause a problem over here. The four ships, I made a decision roulette wheel for the four ship projects. And after Maynia is over, I intend to sort of, spin that every now and then to work on one of them. What I think I'm going to do is, because I have the Stitch 9 challenge pieces that are left, there's about 5 of them, on one wheel, and I have the ships on another wheel, and I have a bunch of other things, somewhere on another wheel. And so, and on the Hello Pumpkin, I'm going to start that next Wednesday, because it'll just be the end of Maynia, and I'm hoping I can get it, the Hello Pumpkin, started, maybe even finished in those few days, the end of May, the 29th, 30th, and 31st, so that so I'll be, caught up when the next release comes out in June. Yeah, June 16th or thereabouts. But and then the Tiny Modernist one starts in the beginning of July. So I have kind of a lot of stuff to work on. But anyway, so I want to put them all in these decision roulette wheels, and then like have one big wheel that tells me which wheel to go to or whatever, you know. And I kind of got that idea from Pam. I think she spins, either she has a different wheel that she spins on a different day, or anyway. But so, you know, I'm kind of bad at making decisions in the sense that the more options I have, the harder it is for me to decide on what I want to do, and it kind of helps to have some arbitrary other thing deciding for me. Uh, but I am sort of like, and no, as far as stitching is concerned, I kind of decide like what I feel like working on is trumps kind of like any kind of rigid schedule idea. So so in the past I've sort of like spun the wheel and said, I don't feel like working that. Let me spin it again. So I want to concentrate on things I really, really want to work on. And see where it goes from there. But so hopefully by the end of May, when I'm finished with Maynia, I will have started and worked on those 4 ship designs, and so like I said, I have them on a decision roulette wheel. So I'll spin that wheel every now and then and work on one of them, and I guess what happens is like I'll be very excited and very interested in doing something, and then for whatever reason I start a new project, and then I'm really gung ho about that, and the other one I'm less enthusiastic about, and then until I go back to it, and I guess that's we're all kind of that way. Excuse, my tag is bugging me. I'm gonna have to take that tag out. But I don't want to be too scattered that way, to have a whole bunch of things on the burners and having to be juggling a whole lot of different projects. I would like to get something done, like Eeyore and the Bees design that I have is there's a lot of it done. It seems like it's mostly done. It's kind of like big blocks of color kind of thing that need to be done on it mostly. But it's like probably 2/3 of the way finished, and I'd like to. It's not a very big design. It's pretty small, and I'd like to get it done to get it off my plate, so to speak, and add it to the to be FFO'd pile. But Puck, don't do that, please. But I'd like to, and my little hedgehog. I started a hedgehog before Maynia, um, and I don't remember what I worked on, why I started working on it, because it was after the retreat, but before Maynia. I think in the couple of days before Maynia started, I had chosen my Maynia projects, but I hadn't started them yet, and so I worked on the little hedgehog. So I got that started, and I'd like to finish it because it's not very big. It's not a very big chart. I'd like to finish it, but I just haven't done it because then Mania started, and I was doing Mania, and rather than doing like many people have, doing fight puck 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 puck, puck's knocking everything down. Rather than doing like one day on one project or one day on another project, I was hoping that I could get more done doing a week at a time on a project, and in a way I did, but I still have a lot to do now because I've started so many projects. So if only there were more time. Anyway, so I'm hoping after Mania is over to concentrate on to have some more time to concentrate on some of these things and get maybe I'll have to be more strict about uh, what project I'm working on, or a stricter rotation or something, and get a little more stitching done on each project. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. To do several projects, like say one day at a time, or to do one project over several days. To concentrate on that and get it knocked out. I don't know what would accomplish more. Whether to do, like I said, concentrated stitching on one thing and one thing only, um, or maybe choose the smallest projects, or projects that are closest to finishing, and concentrate on that for several days. Until I get them done. I don't know, but I'd like to. My idea in January with the Stitch 9 challenge was, hey, I've got 9 projects. I can get them, put them together and get them knocked out over the course of the year, get them all done. It's only 9 projects, and most of them are started already. They're mostly done, except for like Santa's house. I had a lot to do on that one, but I had already made significant progress on the 9 pieces that most of the 9 pieces that I chose. But then, all kinds of things happened, and mostly getting ready for the retreat, and you know, uh, and then since then Mania, and everything. Um, so that's kind of gone out the window. I have more than my Stitch 9 projects now. I haven't counted, but like I said, probably 10 or 11 things going on now. But anyway, so I'm trying to sort of. It makes me a little bit uncomfortable to have this many things going on at once, and I'd like to get some of them done with, so that I don't have quite as many things started and not finished. Although facing me is a bin I have that has like other things that I've started and haven't finished, that are not part of my current whips, but that are unfinished uh, works in progress. Maybe I should get them out and put everything on decision roulette and just have at it and go for it, and spin the wheel and work on whatever comes up, and keep spinning every day or something. I don't know. I would, I started them for a reason, and that was because I liked them at one point, and so I'd like to get them all done. And I have this blank wall behind me. I'd like to hang up both the ones that I have finished in the past, and the ones and my current ones that I'm working on. Get them done and get them hung up there. I really like to do that. Um, so it's just a matter of getting it done. I'm gonna have to start a get her done wheel maybe in the decision roulette program. Anyway, so that's where I am. I don't have a whole lot, like I said, working on the Ronnie Rowe ship Serenity for this week, and that's it, I think. Yeah. Okay, so like I said, my name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, and if you liked what you saw, uh, go ahead and subscribe to the videos, and if you hit the little bell, you'll get a notification every time I record a new uh, uh, video. Mostly on Saturdays. I do it mostly on Saturday mornings, and for Maynia, I've been doing Wednesday updates because I'm switching projects. And but so I'll be back on Wednesday when I go to the Hello Pumpkin Sal for my Switch, and I'll show you my progress on the Ronnie Rowe project. And then next Saturday is will be June. June 1st, I guess, is on Saturday. And I'll recap all my Maynia projects, including the Hello Pumpkin Sal, and see how far I've gotten with that. And then it's anybody's guess. It's a kind of a crapshoot after that over the summer. So, all right. Well, I'll see you next week then. Thanks for watching, and bye.